Hi guys, Jim from the Jim on Homes channel. Hey, you know what? Our channel is mostly about homes, but if you look at what's on the walls behind me, honey, I'm home. When you start the Bourbon Trail, you always start at the Fraser Museum. It teaches you a lot about the history of the bourbons and the area, and it's like a first stop to start your exploration. Andrew and I started our bourbon adventure in September of 2021. And you can see by the colors and of the photos and some of the videos that, boy, the trees were in their prime color, just made the beautiful state of Kentucky that much more pretty. The Bourbon Trail really consists of 18 distilleries, signature distilleries, and 19 craft distilleries. We recommend you start in Louisville, and your starting point should be the Fraser Museum. It's got a lot of information, a lot of history, excellent museum, and it is the starting point of the Bourbon Trail. And when you get there, don't forget to grab your book. Your book is your field book. It is your Bourbon Trail notes book. And each distillery that you go to, they will stamp it. It makes it just kind of fun. It's your little passport. So come on, let me show you some more. Hi guys, we're at the Peerless Distillery. And when you think of distilleries, you may be thinking they are out in the middle of horse country and that, but here's Peerless. And let's just show you where they're at. Under a bridge, on traffic. So, but this is old time Louisville, Kentucky. So let's go take a look, see how it goes.
Traveling in those tanks, creating heat, CO2, and of course alcohol. Now, when it's done in there, it's ready to be.
This pipe brings the mash down into the column. That column is blowing steam all the way up that pipe. And all the way up that pipe. Each thing between those windows or pans look like that. It's going back and forth,
And then coming up,
and it's coming back down into this tank.
this isn't good enough. So this is pumped right into here. The heads and tails are separated, comes back over into there. And that is their product. So all bourbon is made the same way. And what they do is they start out with your mash bill. Your mash bill is the grains you're going to put in, but at least 51% has to be corn. It's ground up, mixed with water, and put in these huge tanks. I want to say they were 10 to 13,000 gallon tanks. That goes in, it's heated up, and then after the temperature drops a little bit, that's when they add the signature grains to give it your own flavor. And from there, it finds its way into a fermenting tank. The fermenting process happens, and then you have your distiller's beer, or the mash. And that is what's pumped into the big column stills. Hey guys, we're getting ready to start another tour. We're going to check out Old Forester this time. And Old Forester is kind of located right downtown. So I can give you a quick view of that. Let's go check out Old Forester. So, hello. Andrew and I are now at Angel's Envy. We don't have a tour set up here, so we thought we'd just at least go in and see what we can see on our own. But this is Angel's Envy. Hi, honey.
Hi.
Are you having fun? Angel's Envy. So we were able to get into Angel's Envy, but unfortunately there wasn't time for a tour to fit into our schedule. Again, if we would have known how close these different distilleries are, it would have made it a lot easier for planning. So we decided to just head on to the next distillery. Morning, we went to the Evan Williams Experience. You know, another very cool tour, very cool place. There's one way to make bourbon, and they're all doing it the same way. And there's 5 characteristics that make bourbon bourbon. So with that, you think they all might be equal, but they're not. And interestingly enough, their distilleries and their tours are all different as well. And each one's been very unique and a lot of fun. We're here today, this afternoon, we're at Rabbit Hole. So we're at the tour a little early. They have a beautiful looking building from outside. I'm gonna try to get a shot of that, but right now it's so windy. If I was talking out there, you wouldn't hear anything I said. So we'll let you know how the Rabbit Hole tour goes, and then after that we are done in Louisville. We're gonna take off from here and head to Bardstown. We're pretty excited. It's the second half of our whiskey tour, or our bourbon tour, and so we'll catch up with you then, and I'll let you know what we thought of the Rabbit Hole. Thanks again. So the Rabbit Hole turned out to be a really cool experience as well. It's one of the newer distilleries, and you know, even though it doesn't have all the long history, it was still an exciting tour. They have a great product, and it's a very highly organized and technology-based distillery. So definitely worth taking a look at. So I definitely think if you're going to start the Bourbon Trail, you should start it in Louisville. The Welcome Center, which is in the Fraser Museum, start there. From there, you should be able to get to the Evan Williams Experience, Old Forester, Angel's Envy, and Rabbit Hole and Stitzel-Weller, all within a day or two. So there is another one, I just don't like their politics. I think they bring that into bourbon and spoil things. My opinion. Definitely, you can do quite a few tours if you schedule them properly in a very short amount of time in the downtown Louisville Bourbon Row. All right, so that is kind of the end of our experience in Louisville. Besides that, there's some other things that this area has to offer, and that is some of the best food that you've ever had. So again, if you're looking for the takeaway on this video, I would say definitely start in Louisville. Spend at least 2 days there. You'll probably get all the distilleries in the area. There's a very famous cemetery there where Colonel Sanders is actually buried, and so is Muhammad Ali. And so there's a lot of other things to see there besides just the distilleries, but the distilleries are great. On our next episode, we'll be going to Bardstown, and we'll tell you about some of our experiences there. Hey, do me a favor. I know everybody asked this, but click into your YouTube account, subscribe to our channel, and give us a thumbs up if you like the content we're putting out. That really helps us, and I definitely would appreciate it. So in the meantime, I appreciate you coming here, watching. Hope you enjoyed it, and watch for these other 2 videos. Check those out if you haven't seen them already. Thanks.